WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Boys Basketball. The Phoebus Phantoms versus the Kecoughtan Warriors. From Phoebus High School, this is Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Wumble, and we are here for the game between the boys tonight, Kecoughtan and Phoebus. A.G., I understand you got a couple of opposing coaches for us.
Right, we do. We got Jerry Gentry and Revis Conrad. Jerry, what do you expect from Revis and the Warriors tonight?
Well, like I was telling you, A.G., every time we play Revis, I can expect a really well-coached ball club, and I look at this club, and I've seen them on tape. I watched the Denby Kecoughtan game, the one y'all did for me. I appreciate y'all taping that for me, by the way. And that's about a harder playing ball club as you can find in the district right there, so that worries me.
Revis, what do you expect from the Phantoms?
Well, I expect them to play hard. They always play hard against Kecoughtan. I tell you, I think Jerry's done a real good job this year. They started off real slow, and the fact that he had the ability to bring his kids back and to play well in the second half of the season says a lot for him and a lot for his kids, too.
What about Milan Brown tonight?
I think Milan's going to be, he's healthy, I think. I hope.
Markio King?
Markio is coming along. Yeah, I say his ankle's still not 100%, but he's a game kid, so he'll get out there and give it everything he's got.
Now, when we have you guys on Channel 29, who do we bring luck to?
Bring luck to us, I hope.
Certainly don't bring it to us. We've yet to win one.
All right. Good luck to you guys tonight.
Every time that, Tim, every time that we do a Phoebus game and they get beaten, it seems like we do the Kecoughtan games they win, so Revis is glad to see us here tonight.
Well, last time out, these teams tasted defeat. Phoebus was upset by Ferguson. Well, not really upset by them, but beaten by Ferguson. But Kecoughtan was upset by Lafayette.
Well, they played without Milan Brown, who had a temperature of 104 that day. He had the flu, and he was just really, really hurting. And we get a chance here. We're going to get, I'm sure they'll do the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, I see the color guard down there to our left, Tim. And then after that, maybe we can get the starting lineup. So let's see what's happening here.
So both teams coming into this game off of a loss. Kecoughtan lost to Lafayette 71-47, while the Phantoms were 8-point losers to Ferguson last Tuesday night. Coming into the game, Kecoughtan is 8-5 overall in the district, 10-8 overall. And Phoebus is 4-8 in the district, 7-10 overall. Phoebus has been an up-and-down team this year.
Well, Tim, they started off losing their first 7 games, and but it's not that they were blown out. They only played 2 bad games, and they finally just started getting it together and winning some ball games. And you got to take your hat off to Mr. Jerry Gentry. He's just done an excellent job coaching, and now we're going to have our national anthem. They've done it all year long, and we've got Gregory Dean in to attempt the point after, Tim. And it's really a wet spot right in front of that ball. He keeps his head down and follows through.
Gets a good snap, he gets it up, and it is good.
The key is just do your job, and that's what the Crabbers do.
So Todd Summers takes the last 3 yards up. 6:52 is the time that they used.
Watch over on the right-hand side, Tim, at the blocking, and they seal and kick out that linebacker right there.
Look at Wayne Murphy.
Murphy did a good job in kicking out that linebacker, number 50, Bobby Robinson, and opened up that hole. Excellent job.
James Wilson was the man he followed in. So
yes,
again, the credit where it should do. 6:52, the time elapsed. Joe Lewis, good job on the replay, guys. 53 yards, 15 plays. And the Crabbers on top, 7-3.
Don't turn the ball over to the Crabbers, and you do, you're going to give up some points.
Well, they've been awesome in the playoffs, Bob. The Crabbers have averaged 333 yards per game total offense in the 3 games during the playoffs. 206 yards on the ground and 127 in the air. Hyman has 4 touchdown passes. Summers has a couple of TD runs. Hunter, as I said, has been involved in 10 scores of his own. That included the passes that hit his team. 7. 5-2 left in the half. Kick is a low bouncing kick taken by Phoebus ROTC presenting the colors for tonight's game. The officials for tonight's game, I understand you've got these two gentlemen's names, Buzzy Blanchard and Calvin Thomas.
And Calvin is, well, they both got mustaches. The shorter one is Buzzy.
All right. We are about set to get the introductions for you.
Turnover, and that'll fire your defense up. They'll go out there and they'll play a little tighter.
We apologize. That is not our sound system. That is the PA system that is making a terrible feedback sound.
But it is killing my ears. I don't know about yours. That is terrible.
Arrest that man.
Good point. Good point.
We are waiting. Kecoughtan will be introduced first of all. Number 34, Kevin Owens is being introduced. Travis Ward, number 44, with the Mohawk. Number 22, Milan Brown, who sat out the loss to Lafayette, will return to the lineup tonight. Winston Spivey, number 50, is introduced to the crowd. And Kenneth Newton, number 52.
And the coach, of course, is Revis Conrad.
Kelvin Foy, number 14, is introduced from Phoebus.
That's Jamie Chappelle.
Andre Morgan, number 22. We saw Chappelle had a good game against Bethel last week in a losing effort.
32 is Rondell Pugh.
Markio King, number 44, rounds out the starting five for Phoebus. They are coached by Jerry Gentry. 4-8, 7-10 for the Phantoms. 8-5, 10-8 for Kecoughtan. When we get a chance here, in fact, while we have a moment, we'll run down the Peninsula standings as of tonight, Friday the 3rd of February. Coming into this evening, Hampton is a half game on top in the district, 10-2, followed by a tie for second between Denby and Ferguson at 10-3. Then Kecoughtan is third at 8-5. Bethel 5-6 is fourth. Probably the best 5-6 team in the Peninsula District. Bethel on a roll, by the way. They won last week the game we did with Phoebus, and they beat Bayside.
They're on a roll. They've won the last 4 games, Tim. I was talking to Mike Bailey today. I ran into him downtown today, and he told me that he is really proud of his kids, that they put a string together. As Calvin Thomas putting the ball in play.
The jump is controlled by the Warriors.
And we'll see whether how Milan is doing it, trying to double him. Looks like they're playing a matchup zone. Number 44 starts it off for Kecoughtan.
Travis Ward gets his first basket. Baseline jumper is an air ball. Comes off to the Warriors' Winston Spivey, number 50. And Milan Brown will bring it up. This is Ward looking inside. Lofts the pass for Spivey. It's knocked away. Very quickly, the Phantoms come back and put it in. That is Kelvin Foy.
And a nice feed for Markio King, Tim.
Markio King, number 44, who had been hobbled a couple of games ago, is returning to form. 2-2, just underway. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. Milan Brown, one of the premier players on the peninsula, throws up a three-pointer. It's no good. Milan coming into the game, averaging 23 points a game. On the feed underneath.
They get the ball down the court quick, Tim. They are a very fast team. I talked to Jerry before. They can match up with most teams. They can usually have more speed. They may not be as big physically, but they got the speed. He says we have trouble when we get against Hampton, because Hampton's not only big, but they're fast also.
Well, we got a double dribble in the back court as Andre Morgan had trouble getting a handle on the ball.
Yeah, he knew it, Tim. He wanted to get down the court real quick.
Calvin Thomas, the official, went on the play. Kecoughtan trailing by 2. Milan Brown for 3. It's no good. And Markio King comes down hard, but he's all right. Baseline jumper, no good. Shot put up by Jamie Chappelle was no good. Back come the Warriors. Travis Ward dishes it inside. It's knocked away. From 12, no good, but a foul is called. Foul is charged to Milan Brown. That's his first, the team's first. It will be a shooting foul, however, as Andre Morgan was fouled in the act of shooting. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter, 4-2. Phoebus on top, looking to stretch the lead.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see a variety of presses and for both teams, Tim. That I know the Phantoms like an up-tempo game, probably much more than the Kecoughtan Warriors do, although they can run. And we saw it last time out. We saw them play a good Denby team that they come away with the win. And Milan had a tremendous second half in that Denby game.
Kecoughtan trailing by 3, 5-2. Off the glass, the shot by Kevin Owens is good. Big number 34, Kevin Owens, makes it a 1-point game. Chappelle's shot from the corner is a brick. Back come the Warriors. Milan Brown.
Concentration, Tim. He was off balance, but he was able to concentrate on that shot. Almost an acrobatic shot. Kecoughtan is back in the zone.
And they have a 1-point lead, their first lead of the night.
And they're going to make Phoebus beat him from the outside.
Kelvin Foy. Rebound stolen by Markio King. Good position underneath. Chappelle, it doesn't go, but he's fouled. So the shorter Phantoms getting good position inside to get those rebounds, the offensive boards. Foul is charged to Winston Spivey of Kecoughtan. That's his first, the team's second.
And we got a first substitution of the game, Tim. Number 42 for the Warriors is coming in, and that's Brian Amick, and he replaces number 52, Kenneth Newton. And I know Revis Conrad is telling him you should be blocking out, and you shouldn't let the smaller ball players get those rebounds.
Chappelle 1 for 2 from the free throw line. It's a 6-all game. Inside, the ball is picked off. Back come the Phantoms, 3-on-2. Dish it to Markio King. He goes to the hoop strong.
He's a very smooth player, Tim, Markio King is.
4 points for Markio. It's a 3-point Phoebus lead. Stolen at the baseline by Jamie Chappelle. Andre Morgan. Chappelle, Morgan. Morgan will fire from 3. No good. Off the heel of the rim. Chased down by Travis Ward. Sporting the Mohawk. Owens, left-handed baseline jumper.
And last time out, he had an awesome game against Denby, rebounding-wise and scoring-wise.
Kevin Owens with, not Kevin, but Kenneth Owens. No, I get it right the first time. Kevin. Contact, no foul. Air ball thrown up, battled for underneath, and a foul. It's going to be called to the chagrin of Rondell Pugh on him. Rondell Pugh called for the foul. The ball is a player control situation, so Kecoughtan will have it.
Well, that was Calvin Thomas giving the foul to the scorer's bench.
8-all. Kecoughtan with the ball, a chance to take the lead. This is Milan Brown. Dishes to Owens. Owens throws an air ball up. It works as well as a pass, however, as Winston Spivey gets the easy basket underneath. Ooh, heavy contact, and it's an offensive foul charged to Kelvin Foy. Good position. One of the reasons we should tell our fans we don't have our slow motion tonight is our slow motion man, Slow-Mo Joe, is down at the Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Well, he's on a 16-hour trip to get down there, but he is really going to have to be nice to us when he gets back, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
All this publicity we're giving him.
Joe Lewis is his name. He's the man that works the slow motion, and he's not here, and he's got the key to the truck, so we don't have it tonight. Scotty Bowers is here, though, our ever-reliable director tonight. Dr. Sam Stills, our producer, sometime director, is out of town as well. He is down in Dallas, Texas. So we're missing some of our crew, but we hope the production will suffer nonetheless.
Tim, when was the last time you got to see a stadium at time?
Baseline jumper, no good. Ward battles for the ball and goes out of bounds. His last touch by Phoebus.
Tim, while I got a chance, I want to make a mention that the new microwave dish that's set on top of the school board is sending a signal down to the cable people now. The picture we're getting over cable is excellent. It is really beautiful. And that's really going to enhance. In fact, some of the coaches said they wish they would replay the state championship game so they could copy it on with a better signal.
Well, I understand. One of the nice things about Channel 29 is that throughout the year, you will have a chance to see repeat broadcasts. Kevin Owens repeats his tactics of earlier with his 5th and 6th points. He's got 3 buckets so far to lead his team with 6 points. Kecoughtan has a 4-point lead.
And they're standing back in that zone, Tim. They're going to make Phoebus beat them from the outside, and they will put the ball up.
Chappelle's shot is off the rim. Milan Brown down the court quickly, uses the right arm to fend off a defender, and puts the basket in. And he is fouled, but he definitely put that arm out. Foul is charged to Rondell Pugh. That would be his second. And if Slow-Mo was here, we'd see that play.
Yes, sir. Milan did a good job of pushing the ball player off. He may have initiated the contact, but that would have been an offensive foul for sure.
Could have been, conceivably been a 5-point swing if he gets the 3-point play here, which he does not. And then we have another whistle underneath.
And I got a foul on number 42 for the Warriors, Tim.
That would be Brian Amick. That's his first. Again, a player control foul. 2:18 to go here in the first quarter, 14-8. Kecoughtan with the lead. Phoebus looking to cut into that lead right now. Baseline jumper, no good. And Travis Ward gets the board. Milan Brown down the court quickly. Finds that he's got a 2-on-3 situation, so holds it up. Brown drives the baseline, and then he travels. And he comes up hobbled. He has hurt his left ankle. Brown will try and shake it off. Kecoughtan can ill afford to lose Milan Brown, as he will come out of the ball game, at least temporarily, as Stacy Porter will replace him, and then also John Caganio comes in, and he replaces Brian Amick. 1:52 left here in the first quarter, 14-8. Phoebus trailing by 6. Phoebus will shoot from outside. 3-point attempt is good by Jamie Chappelle.
And he's limping a little bit, Tim. He went down after that shot.
14-11. Kecoughtan with the ball and the lead. Inside, turnaround jumper is no good. Tip no good. Owens gets it. Kevin Owens gets the rebound and puts it in for his 8th point, and it's a 16-11 game. Kecoughtan on top. Inside of a minute to go here in the first quarter.
No, Tim, that's an 8. They held him.
This is Andre Morgan. Plays catch with Rondell Pugh. Chappelle from the same spot doesn't get it this time. And Kecoughtan gets the rebound, and then they are called for traveling. Stacy Porter lost his footing, and in doing so dragged his pivot foot. There we see Jerry Gentry, the coach for Phoebus.
No, is it charged against?
Inside, Markio King's shot is no good, but he was fouled.
That was a big play defensively for the Crabbers because it is
Foul
a good
is-
shot of Calvin Thomas, the official.
But on top of that,
Kenneth Newton called for his first personal foul.
We're talking one play and we can have another touchdown.
Markio King will go to the free throw line, his first attempt from the stripe tonight. Five points for Markio King.
A public service of the
Played against Bethel last Friday night in a game we had the pleasure of bringing you. Came in that game with a slight ankle injury. He had been on crutches the day before the game and ended up with 8 or 10 points for the night. He seems to be back to full strength tonight.
Yeah, he sure does, Tim.
Kelvin Foy will come back in for the Phantoms. He will replace Rondell Pugh, who comes out with no points. 29 seconds left here in the first quarter, 16-12. Kecoughtan with the ball and the lead.
And Kecoughtan is going to hold it for the last shot, it looks like, Tim, unless they get an easy shot.
Kecoughtan playing without Milan Brown right now. And a traveling call will be made. Stacy Porter took a step before he dribbled. 6 seconds remaining. Phoebus will try to get the last shot before the conclusion of the quarter. Forced shot put up, no good. It doesn't go, and the buzzer sounds. And after one quarter, Kecoughtan leads 16-12. You're looking into the Kecoughtan huddle with Coach Conrad.
Tim,
Yes, AG.
we're sitting up here behind you. I don't know if Sam Jr. can see us, but we got one of the top coaches in the Peninsula District that's watching this game, Dennis Katufas, and at halftime he's going to give us some observations. But Dennis, what are you doing here tonight?
We're scouting Phoebus. Phoebus beat us pretty bad over at our place, so I thought we better come here and watch this game since we play them in about a week.
All right, Dennis, maybe at halftime we'll get some of your thoughts on the first half.
I'll be glad to give you some.
Well, thank you, AG. We appreciate that.
Just never know where he's going to show up.
I tell you what, Kecoughtan had 14 rebounds to Phoebus's 5 rebounds that first quarter, Tim. That is an awesome amount of difference. You get the ball 9 more times, you should be leading. But they should be leading by more than 4, I'm sure, if the coach could look at the rebound chart.
What happened was a lot of those rebounds were in close, and they weren't going in. Quick offensive boards. Second quarter just underway. Kecoughtan with a 4-point lead. This is Phoebus with the ball. Chappelle looks inside, gets it to Markio King. His shot is off. Travis Ward rebounds out for Kecoughtan. Milan Brown back in the game. He's in.
Can't give him an open shot, not from that distance.
6 points for Milan Brown. Drive is put up and no good. Back come the Warriors. Owens down for Brown. Nice pass underneath. Oh, there should have been goaltending. Nothing called. Play getting a little ragged now. Travis Ward kicks it out as a 4-on-2. Milan Brown with a nice back.
What a shot. What a move, Tim.
Behind the back dribble. Brown does the dipsy doodle. Where's slow-mo Joe?
Boy, that would have been that's a highlight film.
There you go. Hope you saw that one first time because we don't have it on replay for you tonight. 20-12. Kecoughtan has stretched that lead to 8.
Well, I hope you tape the ball game, then you can replay it all you want.
You can keep playing it over and over. 6:52 to go in the half. Milan Brown brings the Kecoughtan contingents to their feet here. 20-12, Kecoughtan on top. This is Ivan Harrelson, number 42, who's come in the ball game. He kicks it off. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by the Warriors. Owens has it knocked away. Good heads-up play by Phoebus. Markio King. Chappelle, yes. James Chappelle with his second basket.
Tim, that is a very fast team out there that the Phantoms have. Kecoughtan had that rebound, and they couldn't get it across half court.
Chappelle with 6 points. It's a 6-point deficit for Phoebus. Milan Brown shot no good. Inside, Amick puts it in. Brian Amick. It's his first basket, 22-14 Kecoughtan. Both teams coming into this game off of a loss. Chappelle's shot rims the basket and comes out. And then we've got a whistle inside.
Possibly the shortest man out in the aisle. Now he's not the shorter, but he's one of the shorter people out there. Number 32 ended up with that rebound that time. But there's a lot of action going underneath that basket.
Brian Amick called for his second personal foul. Stepping to the free throw line is Rondell Pugh, number 32. He's looking for his first point of the night. He has 2 shots coming. He'll get a second try. Phoebus will be shooting the bonus for the duration of the first half. Kecoughtan is over the limit. Pugh gets 1 out of 2. And it's a 7-point Kecoughtan lead. They have the ball. This is Milan Brown. Gets a pick, puts up a 3-pointer and hit it.
And that's a set play, Tim.
11 points for Brown. Rebound by Owens. The long-legged, long-armed Kevin Owens. I know Kenneth Owens, that's why I want to keep changing his name. From the corner, Travis Ward. He's got 2 baskets, 4 points, and it's a 12-point lead. Just like that, Phoebus comes back. Kelvin Foy with his second basket. 27-17, a 10-point Kecoughtan lead.
Phoebus does much better, Tim, if they can get down the court and get a shot up before the Warriors have a chance to get into their zone. Credit to the secondary because
knocked away, retrieved, put up, and good by Kenneth Newton. So everybody's scoring for Kecoughtan tonight. Newton, Spivey, Ward, Amick, Owens, and Brown have scored for the Warriors. 29-17, and a humming the ball call against the Phantoms. Jerry Gentry has seen enough. He wants a timeout. 4:24 remaining here in the first half. 29-17, Kecoughtan looking to improve their standings. They are in sole possession of 3rd place, although the 2 teams ahead of them in 2nd are tied. So should either of them falter, I guess you'd say Kecoughtan's in 4th place.
Yeah, because you really have to consider where the other 2 teams who really have, they're tied for the second or third spot. That's right. The way it stands right now, if the season were to end, these 2 teams would probably end up playing each other. The 4th and the 5th team play each other as the first round, and they would play at the home court of the team that's in the higher seed. And this,
go ahead.
And if I'm correct on the thing, the top 8 teams go, Tim.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. The one team that doesn't go is the 9th team, and that right now is Menchville. So it looks like Menchville will probably not make the playoffs, although there is enough time left in the season with the right combination of wins and losses, they could make the playoffs.
Well, the way they set it up, the first round of the playoffs is played at the home of the number 1 seed in the boys. So if Hampton ends up number 1, they will play the number 8 team. And also on that same bill over at Hampton High will be the Phoebus girls and the number 8 team from the Phoebus girls.
Great coverage once again. Rebound put in by Brian Amick. That's his second basket. 31-17, Kecoughtan on top.
Sam Steele Jr. and Andrew Brown,
Three-point attempt for Chappelle is short. Markio King has the rebound, forces it up and in. 7 points for Markio King. And it's a 12-point lead for the Warriors. This is Milan Brown.
awesome job down there. All these things that you see up on
Baseline jumper is short.
Tim, it was tipped. The shot itself was tipped.
54 seconds. Owens got the rebound, but he was unable to put it in.
I said I can't believe they're going to do this.
Phoebus with the ball.
And Tim, that's a turnover. When you stop them like that on a fourth and go, that is a turnover. And who capitalizes? The crab is there every time.
Kelvin Foy will fire. No good. And Owens with the rebound. Oh, nice feed for Amick. To give Owens the assist and give Amick the basket, that's his third. He's got 6 points, 33-19. Foy to Chappelle. He's guarded by Brian Amick. This is Ivan Harrelson, who had a good game against Bethel last week.
Kecoughtan is really making the Phantoms work real hard to get a good shot off. And of course, that's frustrating if you're the Phantoms, but that's exactly what the Warriors want to happen.
3-point try, no good. And Travis Ward gets the rebound.
This is Mike Johnson.
Three-pointer on the other end is short as well. He's out of bounds, his last touched by Kecoughtan. Checking in the ball game will be Andre Morgan. He'll come in the game for Rondell Pugh of Phoebus.
The wind has picked up here at Todd Stadium now. It's blowing with the direction that the Robinson team is going. Watch Mike Johnson.
Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 33-19, Kecoughtan on top.
Phoebus just has trouble getting that ball inside against that 2-3 zone.
Chappelle from the free throw line. If he's the one that was fouled, I believe he was. Yep, Chappelle's shot will count, and he'll get a chance at the 3-point play. Owens called for the first personal foul. So Chappelle now has 8 points in the first half. Brian Amick will come out for Kecoughtan. A couple of new faces check in. Number 20, Joe Fluellen, a football player of note for the Warriors, comes in. Free throw line, Jamie Chappelle completes the 3-point play. 9 points for Chappelle and an 11-point lead for Kecoughtan.
Your informational source of the Hampton
Minute and a half to go in the first half. Game played Friday night, February the 3rd, 1989. Off the glass and good by Kevin Owens. Owens has 10 points in the first half. Oh, the ball goes halfway down and comes out. Then we've got a traveling call inside. Ivan Harrelson lost control of the ball and traveled. 1:03 left. 35-22, inside of a minute now in the first half. There you see a very stern Revis Conrad, coach for Kecoughtan. The way he looked, his team would be behind by 13 instead of up by 13. And we've got a foul, and a pretty tough foul at that. Joe Fluellen. Fluellen tackled the player that time. That was a tough foul.
Yeah, it really was, Tim.
Well, it was a little bit rougher than it might have been, and I think Llewellyn will get a seat momentarily here. No, it wasn't Llewellyn that came out. It was Cagliano. And he is being instructed by Conrad.
And that was really a lazy pass that preceded the steal.
We're happy to say that Ivan Harrelson bounced right back up off of that. He looked like he might have been hurt momentarily there, but he's okay. 45 seconds to go. Phoebus trailing by 12. Harrelson gets 1 of 2. Stacy Porter back in the game for Kecoughtan. Pass underneath is tipped away, chased down by Llewellyn, and then finally controlled by Phoebus. And Coach Conrad is really getting upset with his team right now.
Well, they're playing a man-to-man now. This first time they've a matchup zone, it looks like.
Chappelle with no luck at all tonight. Underneath, Travis Ward off the glass, no good. Ward gets his own rebound, turns around and puts it in. 3 baskets for Travis Ward, 37, 1 second to go, it doesn't go. So 37-23 is our halftime score. Kecoughtan led by 4 at the quarter break, and they added 10 to that total here in the second quarter, and lead by 14 at halftime.
And Tim, I got to go back to the reason it's happening is the defense that Kecoughtan threw up there will not allow the Phantoms to even get a good outside shot. They don't have a strong inside game, and they're not hitting their outside shots, as evidenced by the rebounds. The Warriors have 27 rebounds, and Phoebus has 11, and most of those rebounds are off the defensive board for the Warriors.
All right,
Tim?
we're at halftime.
Go ahead,
Yes,
AG.
Tim, yeah, just before we close here at halftime, we have the Peninsula District coach here, Dennis Ketoufis, who has won the Peninsula District not once, not twice, but the last 3 years in a row. And Dennis, you said earlier you were watching Phoebus tonight. Your observations and thoughts on this first half?
Well, Phoebus is an excellent club. They're getting hurt pretty bad underneath on the boards right now. That's pretty much the difference in the game. Then they're not getting the good outside shooting that they're normally used to, and that's hurting them on the offensive end. You combine those two things together, and that's why they're down 14.
All right, Dennis, Sam, we're right up here. Okay, Dennis, you playing Hampton, big game Tuesday night. If you win, I believe y'all are tied. What type game we looking for there?
Well, you know, when we played Hampton, it's usually a pretty good game. It should be real exciting. I look for a sellout at the game. It's our last chance. If we don't beat them now, they're going to be on the driver's seat from here on out.
All right, Dennis, I think on Channel 29 we've covered you about 3 times this year. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you're like our home station, I guess. I wish I could see you more. I live in Norfolk and don't get to see the games.
All right, Dennis, thanks for talking with us, and good luck to you the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
All right, Tim, Bob.
All right, AG, thank you very much. And thank you, Coach Ketoufis. Halftime score, 37 for Kecoughtan, 23 for Phoebus. We'll be back with second half action and first half statistics. But first, let's take a brief timeout. There you see the ferocious Phoebus Phantom. Right now, the Phantoms need to be ferocious in the score column because they find themselves trailing 37-23 here at halftime.
Tim, they have scored 23 points in a quarter more than one time this year, so I know that Coach Jerry Gentry wanted to know what's wrong with his the Phantoms offensively.
Let's talk about scoring here. 11 points in the first half for Milan Brown. He had 4 two-pointers, 1 three-pointer, and no free throws. 10 points for Kevin Owens, strong first half for Owens. 6 points for Brian Amick as well as Travis Ward, and 2 points each for Winston Spivey and Kenneth Newton. For the Phantoms, they were paced by Jamie Chappelle. He had 1 three-pointer, 2 two-point baskets, and 2 free throws, giving him 9 points for the first half. 7 points for Markio King on 3 baskets and a free throw. 4 points for Kelvin Foy for 2 baskets. And a single point each for Andre Morgan, Rondell Pugh, and Ivan Harrelson from the free throw line. How the rebounds stack up?
Well, the rebounds is definitely in the Kecoughtan favor, but the two leading rebounders is number 34, Kevin Owens for the Warriors had 9, and Travis Ward, number 44, had 8. And then it was kind of 4, 3, 2, and 1 for the rest of the Warriors, but they ended up with 27 rebounds as opposed to only 11 for the Phantoms. What the Phantoms going to have to do, Tim, is up-tempo the game a little more, get some shots off a little quicker, get their defense cranked up a couple of notches, get some steals, get some easy baskets, get back in this ball game. That is down 14, and they're not used to that, not here at Phoebus.
80 yards rushing.
Second half just about set to get underway. In the foul categories, Rondell Pugh has 2 for Phoebus. He's the only one with more than 1. Ryan Amick has a couple for Kecoughtan, and no one else has more than 1. Phoebus, the home team, trailing. There you see Jerry Gentry, the head coach for Phoebus.
He goes to, he's got the same barber you got, Tim.
Yeah, keeps messing up the top part. Your day will come, Hintz.
Oh, no. I've got, hair's going to stay on forever. And then we got the other side of the coin. We got Phil Donahue lookalike here with AG.
All right, we're underway here in the second half. Kecoughtan gets the ball to start the second half. Only jump once each game. That's to open the game. Milan Brown rims the basket. And down comes the ball in the hands of the Phantoms.
This is what it's like, folks. This is hard work.
Andre Morgan brings it up. Jamie Chappelle from deep in the corner.
And they work the ball on the perimeter to get the outside shot by Markio King, and it's taken down by number 50, Tim, for the Warriors, and that's Spivey.
Lon Brown calling the play. Inside, Spivey's shot is too strong. Rebound is put in by Kenneth Newton. That's his second basket. 39-23. Markio King's shot won't go.
But that's where you want it, Tim. That's the shot that they're looking for.
Good anticipation by Andre Morgan to pick off that pass. Morgan saw that bounce pass coming and was right there. Just like a cornerback stepping in front of a tight end. Foy's shot doesn't go. Rebound comes off to the Phantoms. And then we have a foul. This will be charged to Kenneth Newton. That's his second. Two shots coming for the Phantoms. Rondell Pugh will go to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far.
If you notice, Tim, that the coaches don't move a whole lot. They got a 6-foot box that they've got to be in. Now they can sit down, stand up, squat, do anything they want to, but they cannot leave that 6-foot box. They cannot go down the bench, talk to a ball player. Ball player's got to come up to them. That's the rule this year.
So a good look at Rondell Pugh as he connects on the second. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and his team trails by 14.
And Phoebus is doing a full court trap, Tim. They're trying to get some turnovers, get some easy buckets. But then they drop back in the 2-1-2 zone.
Turnaround jumper, no good. Newton gets his third rebound in a row, still doesn't go. And battle for, and who's got it? Finally controlled by the Phantom. So 3 rebounds in a row for Newton. He couldn't find the basket. Chappelle rims the bucket. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Kecoughtan. You see Markio King picking himself up off the floor. King guarded closely by Newton, kicks it out. Andre Morgan will set up a play.
You'll see greater intensity on the part of the crowd because they have been so responsive to instruction this year. I think we'll see them.
Morgan drives to the lane, doesn't go. Pugh gets the rebound, dishes it off for King. King off the glass and good. 9 points for Markio King. And it's a 12-point Kecoughtan lead. Contact made. Kevin Owens threw it up, expecting a whistle, didn't get it. And Kelvin Foy goes nicely to the basket. Down to a 10-point lead. Phoebus putting pressure on the ball.
Ineligible receiver downfield, so it'll wipe out the fine gain of Gerzak.
I don't know who that was, Kev. I'd like to see the replay on that.
Milan Brown's three-point attempt no good, and we've got a foul.
Tim, at the end of this third quarter, AG's got Henry Morgan, was on a Hampton High School championship team with our friend Pat Patrick. So we're going to hear, I believe that was 1959 or thereabouts.
69. He's not that old.
Oh, I thought he was as old as you were.
No.
Okay.
I remember those days. That was after my time at Hampton High School, but I do remember watching. That was the championship team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a championship team.
I remember going up to UVA to see the game up there. Can't remember who they played. I bet you he can remember, though.
I bet he can, too. Uh-oh. Scotty Bowers worked that game with Channel 13.
I think I lost track there as I was looking around. I didn't see who got that last basket, but Kecoughtan got it nonetheless.
I believe it was Milan, if I'm not mistaken, Tim. I was not paying much attention either.
Well, son of a gun, I was, but I lost my contact for a minute there. Sounded good. Kelvin Foy will check in at the free throw line. He's got a couple of shots coming. 41-29. His team trails.
Coach Rivas can't believe he gets the foul shots. He didn't think that he was in active shooting, but he missed the first one anyway.
So he will be sacked as the slippery field comes into play.
1 out of 2 for Kelvin Foy. He's got 7 points.
We got a 1-2-1-1 press. And Kecoughtan had no problem breaking that press.
Milan Brown for a three-pointer. 16 points unofficially for Milan. Nice touch for Ivan Harrelson, who has 3 points.
Best way to beat the zone, Tim, is go right over the top of it, and that's exactly what Kecoughtan did. And then Owens went in and drew a charge, and I don't know about that. I'm not going to make I'd love to have slow-mo Joe here so we could see that.
Toughest call in basketball, no question about it. The offensive foul or the blocking foul. That time the official Calvin Thomas ruled that the defensive player had possession and that Kevin Owens ran him over, so no basket. Break for the Phantoms. They trail by 12, 44-32. 3:25 remains here in the third quarter. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Wumble coming to you from Phoebus High School. Probably the most unusual looking school I've ever seen. Looks like a fortress when you come up, when you approach it.
I never thought of it that way.
Very unique design to Phoebus High School. Milan Brown's shot is short. Back come the Phantoms. Foy's shot is rejected by Kevin Owens. Stacy Porter comes in the ball game, replacing Brian Emick.
Foy is 5'8", Tim, and Owens is 6'4". So you got about 8 inches there, differential.
Owens' arms are 6'4" long.
Yeah, they are.
Really long arms, which is always a nice asset for a tall basketball player. Ball is loose inside, and it is put in by Jamie Chappelle. 11 points for Chappelle. It's back to a 10-point lead for Kecoughtan. Travis Ward pulls up, banks it in. Travis Ward has 8 points.
The Phoebus press is not bothering the Warriors at all, Tim.
Tip no good, but the second tip is good. I'm not sure Markio King got that, or
Yeah,
I believe
he
it was.
got the basket, Tim.
A rebound and a basket. Travis Ward's shot in and out, and King with another board. So Markio King getting him at both ends. Chappelle left-handed, yes. So Phoebus quickly down the court has now cut that lead to 8. It's as close as they've been in a while. Travis Ward, no good. Could have been goaltending. Conrad wanted a call, didn't get it.
I'm not too sure that wasn't goaltending, but
Nonetheless, we'll never know.
that call should be made by the trail official because he's the one that's got the angle.
Chappelle for 3, and it's a 5-point lead for Kecoughtan. Revis Conrad is still upset about that no call on the last shot down.
He is really upset, Tim. Phoebus was behind by what, double figures, 12, 14 points, and now they're only down by 5.
That's the beauty of the 3-point play.
Just as not only the 3-point play, but there was a couple of hustle baskets in there that they got.
So Revis Conrad's blood pressure just went off the chart.
I guarantee you that went off the chart.
Jamie Chappelle has now 16 points in the ball game with 1:24 left in the third. A 14-point lead has been erased to just a 5-point difference. As you look into the Kecoughtan huddle, Phoebus has been playing real well here in the third quarter.
Well, they needed to up-tempo their defense a little bit, and Kecoughtan appeared to be having no trouble at all with it, going over the top of it. They missed a layup on a shot that Revis thought should have been a goaltending. They went down, they scored a 3-pointer to. That's a 5-point swing.
18 points scored here in the third quarter by Phoebus, and they get a chance now. Chappelle puts it in. 18 points for Jamie Chappelle, and it's a 3-point Kecoughtan lead, and they turn it over.
This is a very explosive team, this Phoebus Phantom group out there. And don't give them a little bit of confidence because they will really go great. And Kecoughtan is picking them up full court now, Tim. They're going to put pressure on them all over the court. And that may be what Phoebus wants. But let's see if the Phantoms can adjust to this man-to-man.
Markio King from 12 feet, yes. A 1-point game. Phoebus has erased a 14-point deficit and trailed by a single point, and they steal the ball. All alone is Foy, yes!
Tim, that's about 16 unanswered points.
Travis Ward, no good. Another hand on the rim, no call. It could have been a goaltending call again. You cannot touch that backboard when the ball is in the cylinder.
That was a goal. No doubt that was a goaltending call.
46 for Kecoughtan, 47 for Phoebus, as Phoebus has taken a 1-point lead. They have scored 24 points here in the third quarter.
And Tim, they didn't have a 23 to end of the first half. And I was telling you, they scored that many points in a quarter before, I know.
Well, they did it again. Inside, and a foul before a shot.
And Tim, that might have been a good call because it was a non-shooting foul.
That's only the first foul on Markio King. And that is absolutely correct. It is a non-shooting foul.
Non-shooting foul, 3 seconds. So what the Phoebus Phantoms got to do is make sure you don't let Milan get the ball. Keep it out of his hands. Don't let him get an easy basket here.
And Milan just got the three-pointer.
You have to know where he is on the floor. Nobody picked him up, Tim. You can't let a shooter like Milan get that kind of time. We got a chance here. Let's go to AG if he can get his microphone up. And we'll talk to Harry Morgan. Go ahead, AG.
All right, we do have Henry Morgan, who was a member of the '69 Crabbers state championship team, last team in Hampton to win the state championship. Henry, first of all, big turnaround here in this game.
Yeah, a little bit of a press in the third quarter. Missed a few shots at Kecoughtan, and
A couple calls could have been goaltending.
I used to officiate, so I'm not going to touch that one.
Henry, quickly back in '69. Now tell us a little bit about that game. I know you haven't forgotten it.
No, not hardly, although it's been 20 years.
69, not 59, right?
That's right. We played Jefferson Senior in the final, and I think it was 49-42. Close game all night.
Pat Patrick, Mike Anastasio, who else?
Dino Dunn, John Wheeler, and Foley Jones at the center.
You played in that game?
No, not really. I was on the bench most of the time.
You got in, though?
Yeah, I think so. About 8 seconds, 18 seconds.
All right, Henry, thanks a lot. Good luck to you.
You're welcome. Thank you, AJ.
Henry Morgan.
Thank you, AJ.
8 minutes remaining in the ball game, and we have a ball game. It looked for a while there that Phoebus was going to get blown out, but they have come back, and they have come back big. They trail by 2 now on that three-point shot just before the buzzer by Milan Brown. This shot is short, underneath, no good, and rebounded by Winston Spivey. Down the court, Owens puts it off the glass too strong. Back come the Phantoms. Ivan Harrelson double dribble.
That was a double dribble, Tim.
So Harrelson lost the handle, stopped the dribble, picked it back up, and of course you can't do that. 49-47. Kecoughtan by 2. They led by 14. Three-point shot, no good. Owens has it stolen. Ball is saved, but it's saved right to one of the Kecoughtan players. Owens misses the jam and then doesn't get the rebound either. We have some debris on the court that Calvin Thomas is going to attend to.
And that's a smart call. I'm glad to see that because ball player could come down the court, hit that popcorn, Tim, and have a serious injury.
Play is fast and furious here. Kevin Owens had a good lead and a possible slam dunk, and he missed the slammer.
He lost the ball going up, Tim.
Back come the Phantoms with a chance to tie or go ahead with a three-pointer. Nice baseline drive. Andre Morgan with his first bucket of the game. He's got 3 points, and we're tied at 49. And Owens is fouled by Jamie Chappelle before any shot was taken. That's Chappelle's first.
And Tim, I still don't believe that Phoebus is in the bonus yet.
That is correct, they are not. So Kecoughtan will have the ball at half court. Back in the ball game for Phoebus is Rondell Pugh, number 32. Jumper, the shot doesn't go, and we've got 2 shots coming. Markio King called for his second personal foul.
And it looks like Llewellyn is the one that's going to the basket, Tim.
Joe Llewellyn will have 2 shots for Kecoughtan. We're tied at 49. 6:34 remains in regulation. Haven't seen an OT game yet this year on Channel 29. Llewellyn gets his first point of the night.
Tim, the Phantoms out-rebounded Kecoughtan that time, 12-8 that quarter. And, of course, we saw a tremendous amount of points put on the board by him, too.
Llewellyn 1 of 2, but the rebound comes off for Kecoughtan. And then we've got a foul underneath. Ivan Harrelson will be called for the personal. 2 shots coming. Stepping to the free throw line, Winston Spivey, who has yet to shoot from the free throw line tonight. 6.5 minutes left here in regulation. Spivey is short.
And Kecoughtan is struggling from the foul line, Tim. And this is, you don't want it when this game is this close. You got to be making those charity tosses.
One out of 2 for Spivey.
And Kecoughtan is a 1-3-1 full court trap of their own.
I'm not sure how they ended up. The score was 50-49. Now they show 51-49. I don't think that's right.
Well, it was a 2-point differential. I know that. So I thought it was 50-42, but I think what they did is they put 1 point up for the other team or something.
51-49 is the score. Kecoughtan by 2. Stepping to the free throw line is Rondell Pugh. He is 3 for 4 from the free throw line so far this evening. There you see a good shot of young Rondell Pugh. And he misses this time. And a jump ball between Owens and Rondell Pugh, but the arrow of possession belongs to Kecoughtan. Kecoughtan has the ball and a 2-point lead. Owens is 3 down. This time the call goes the other way. And Jamie Chappelle is called for his second personal foul.
That gives the Warriors a 3-point lead, Tim, with a chance to make it 4 as Owens goes to the foul line.
And that play was almost identical to the earlier play.
Yeah, it really was. It's all in what you see as an official, whether that defensive man gets there and gets set. If he is set, then it's a charge, but you also have to let the offensive man come down. If he has left his feet, you can't go to where he will be coming down.
Toughest call in basketball. Owens misses his first try at the free throw line. He's got 12 points on the night. Harrelson's pass goes out of bounds.
That was a good pass. Pugh just wasn't ready.
Picked off by Markio King. No! And Kecoughtan gets the rebound. Travis Ward gives it back to Milan Brown.
Well, when you,
5:45.
excuse me, Tim, when you steal the ball, boy, you got to make the conversion, especially when it's a layup.
And we've got a foul.
It looked like an offensive foul against Milan.
Travis Ward was called.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was called an offensive blocking foul, which is a shooting foul in this case because the young man did not have the ball. If the offensive foul is charged against the man who has the ball, it is not a shooting foul. But if it's other than the ball, then it is a shooting foul.
1-1 for Ivan Harrelson. And he'll get the bonus. He's 2 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Owens will check out. Brian Amick will come in for Kecoughtan.
This is Summers. The hole is filled in the middle. He struggles for a yard, maybe 2.
Back to a 2-point game.
53-51. And we've got a foul before the shot. This is a blocking foul on Chappelle. That's the third personal foul on Chappelle. free throw line will be Travis Ward. Both teams over the limit. And will shoot at least a 1-and-1 from this point on. Chappelle gets the rebound. Phoebus now with a chance to tie. Or go ahead with a three-pointer. Chappelle drives, no. Stolen underneath, the shot won't go. Controlled by Markio King, his shot no good. And now finally a whistle and a foul on Phoebus, Kelvin Foy.
That ball, Tim, just won't go down. They really hustled to get that basketball. They stole the ball, they got some extra shots underneath it, but it just won't drop.
(53-51), Kecoughtan with a 2-point lead, and they are at the free throw line. This is Joe Fluellen. 1-and-1. Very good. Phoebus with again the chance to tie. Nice move to the basket by Ivan Harrelson.
He just went right through that defense with no problems at all.
We're tied at 53. Owens back in the ball game. Nice move. Kevin Owens with 14 points. Dishes it back out. Ball is loose, finally controlled by Harrelson of Phoebus. Oh no, that's a terrible call. It went off the Kecoughtan player's foot. Well, you can't see them all, I guess. Did it not, or did you see it that way?
It could have very well been off of one of the offensive players' foot, Tim. And you see it go off of a foot. I didn't get the good look at it, but the official was positive where the ball went off of. So
looked like, of course, without slow-mo Joe, we won't know, but it looked like it went off of a Kecoughtan player's foot, which it could therefore go back into the backcourt. But the ruling was that it went off of a Phoebus player, went into the backcourt, and the violation gives the ball to Kecoughtan.
Well, and what really makes it bad is the Phoebus player could have got the ball before it went across half court.
He didn't go for it because he thought it was off of a Kecoughtan player.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me. I figured, well, he saw who it went off of, so he's not worried.
So did I. AG.
Bob, Tim, what I saw was it go off the Phoebus boy's foot, but he decoyed the referee. Lollygagging back there.
Is that what it was?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sounds good to me. But that's true. It could have very well been off a Phoebus fan, and I would have to go along with AG because that's the call that was made. And the official was right there on top of it.
Well, regardless, I may have seen it wrong, and that wouldn't be the first time. That's why I don't officiate. 55-53.
Well, Tim, you'd make a good official. They see it wrong a lot of times. No, I take that. Just want to get a joke in here.
That's eagle-eyed Tim you're talking about here.
Well, you're the one that can know whether the guy made the first down from 3 feet or 3 inches.
Owens, and we've got a foul. Markio King for his 3rd personal foul. Kevin Owens will go to the free throw line with 2 shots. Owens with 14 points. Milan Brown has 19 for Kecoughtan. Jamie Chappelle for Phoebus has 18, and Markio King has 13. Owens makes it a 3-point margin. 16 points for Kevin Owens, and it's a 4-point Kecoughtan lead. Inside of 4 minutes to go. Looked like a double dribble, doesn't matter now. Kecoughtan steals it, Milan Brown puts it in.
He does a good job of protecting that ball with his body.
6-point Kecoughtan lead on the basket by Milan Brown. And a foul. Kevin Owens called for the personal. That'll be his third. I didn't see that foul. Did you, Coach?
Well, he was reaching in, Tim, and when you reach in, you may do a good job and catch the ball, especially if you have arms as long as Owens has. But 9 out of 10 times, the official is going to call a foul on you. So the best thing for a ball player to do is play defense with his feet, good position, and don't reach in.
Ivan Harrelson at the free throw line. He's 3 out of 4 from the stripe so far. No good on this one. But the rebound is batted around and finally controlled by Kecoughtan. Little more than 3 minutes to go. Kecoughtan with the ball and a 6-point lead. Milan Brown pulls up, puts it up, no good. And we should have a foul on Kecoughtan. That one will be called on 52 Newton. That's his 4th.
It had to be, Tim. He was all over the back of Markio King.
Going to the free throw line will be King. Been a good ball game. I've enjoyed it.
Oh, this has been an excellent game tonight. It looked like it was going to be a Kecoughtan blowout, but Phoebus made it a ball game in that third quarter. They got to make the foul shots, though, Tim. That's 4 possible points they lost.
Markio King misses for the first time. He's 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Kecoughtan leading by 6. They want to spread it out and wear some time off that clock. Milan Brown, and now what's the call?
I don't know what the call was. Maybe he called traveling. It's the only thing I can figure out, he called traveling, but Milan didn't have the ball.
I didn't see a signal from him either. It just gave the ball to Phoebus. So Revis Conrad was right there and didn't protest, so I'd assume that it was a good call. And we've got a jump ball. And the arrow of possession will belong to Phoebus.
Well, Phoebus is taking inside shots, Tim. They're not taking bad shots at all, but they just cannot get them to fall.
Jerry Gentry signaling to his team. There you see him right at the bottom of your screen.
And you can see Calvin Thomas, the official down there, wiping up the perspiration so that nobody would slip and get hurt.
Ball belongs to Phoebus. They trail by 6, 2:33 to go. Need a basket here, Phoebus. Markio King gets fouled. That will be all, if my figures are correct, for Kenneth Newton.
That is 5, Tim. He is out.
Markio King, who missed the last time he was at the free throw line, will get 2 shots this time.
And they need them both.
"14 points on the night for Markio King unofficially.
That's 2 touchdowns, or at least a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and then a field goal just to tie. So you've got to have 2 scores.
And he gets the roll on the second.
Got the shooter's roll.
2.5 minutes to go, a 4-point Kecoughtan lead. Travis Ward's shot doesn't go, but he was fouled by Jamie Chappelle. And that'll be 4 on Chappelle. So one more, and Jamie Chappelle will be out of the ball game. He's got 18 points to lead his team in scoring.
And we got 3 deuces to go in the game, Tim. 2:22 in regulation.
Travis Ward will go to the free throw line. He has 8 points. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. He'll get a second shot.
Kecoughtan in that first half struggled from the foul line, but boy, they're taking it to the foul line this second half, Tim.
Ward now with double figures, 10 points. He's perfect from the free throw line. And it's a 6-point lead again for Kecoughtan. Chappelle, no. And the rebound comes off for Winston Spivey of Kecoughtan. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Warriors lead by 6. Milan Brown to Ward, has it knocked away by Ivan Harrelson and then kicked out of bounds by Kecoughtan. It'll belong to the Phantoms. Kermit Buggs in the ball game for Kecoughtan, another football player and basketball player, I should add. Kermit Buggs, quarterback.
Yep.
Good one, too. Dish it off for King. No call underneath.
That was a good no call, Tim.
17 points for Markel King, 4-point Kecoughtan lead. A minute 31 left in the ball game. Thrown out of bounds, last touched by the Warriors.
And the Warriors going to take a timeout, Tim, because right now the Phantoms could go down, close it within 2, and have plenty of time with a minute 30 to go.
Kevin Owens will come back in the ball game for Kecoughtan during this timeout. Minute and 30 seconds left. AG will have a chance to talk with some players and coaches after the game.
And I wouldn't attempt to tell you who to talk to, AG. You just get who you can get. Because at this time, there's a lot of stars out there tonight. There's no one ball player that's outstanding. They're all contributing tonight.
No question. This has been one of the more exciting games we've had. That run by Phoebus, I think, was one of the most exciting runs we've had all season.
I don't think we have seen one team score that many points unanswered in a game that we've done this year, Tim.
Just some of the candidates that AG might be talking to, and all of these players would be good interviewees. 18 points for Chappelle for the game, 9 points for Kelvin Foy, 17 for Markel King. This is Ivan Harrelson who's going to bring it back out. For Kecoughtan, 21 for Milan Brown. This one chased down, put up, baseline jumper is good by Jamie Chappelle. 20 points for Mr. Chappelle, and it's a 2-point lead. Travis Ward dishes for Owens. He misses it, but he was fouled. Owens misses the jam, but he was fouled. Foul is charged to Andre Morgan, who, if he did get any of the ball, he saved a sure 2 points because Kevin Owens was ready to tear the rim down.
Well, Tim, he's only 5'9", and he went up and he stopped Kevin Owens, who is 6'4" and probably plays more 6'7" with the long arms that he has.
1 minute exactly remaining in the ball game. Kecoughtan holding on to a 2-point lead. 2 shots coming for Kevin Owens. He has hit 2 out of 3 from the free throw line tonight. He's 2 for 4 now. Two-point difference. Don't forget, 3-point plays in high school ball. A that three-point line. Owens makes it a three-point difference. Inside of a minute. This is Jamie Chappelle. He's been the big gun for Phoebus. He drives, puts it up, no good. Got his own rebound, puts it up, still no good. Gets his own rebound again and puts it in.
1 point game, Tim, with 30 seconds and counting.
Owens holds up, throws it back, 27 seconds, and then we've got a foul.
That is not who you wanted to foul, but you have to foul somebody, and if Milan, who is an excellent foul shooter, makes them, both of them, Tim, you still, the three-point play can tie it up. We may see extra minutes. OT, maybe.
25 seconds left in regulation, 62-61. Kecoughtan with the lead, and they'll be at the free throw line when we come back from this timeout.
They're going to try to ice him, Tim, and that's not a bad call.
Give him a little time to think about this free throw.
But I don't think, Milan's not the kind of young man that you're going to be able to ice, I don't believe. Mainly because he expects to be put in a situation where the burden is on him to make a shot, whether it's the last second shot or for the foul line or what. He expects that kind of pressure and lives for it.
We invite you to join us next Tuesday, or actually this Tuesday. You're watching this game on delayed basis. And if you have a chance to, I don't know when this game airs exactly. Is it Monday night this game airs?
Yeah, this will be Monday night at 8 o'clock. And they can come over to Hampton High School and watch Hampton play a good Denby team.
Tuesday night, which will be, let's see here, the 7th of February.
And that game, Tim, by the way, they are 1-1. Hampton beat Denby in the tournament at Fort Eustis, and then Denby beat Hampton in regular season at Denby.
Only one of 2 losses suffered by the Crabbers this year. We'll be at Hampton High School Tuesday night. Milan Brown very nonchalantly cans it. That's 22 points for Brown. And he gives his team a 2-point lead.
And you can see how calm he is, Tim, on that foul line.
Perfect style and form. 23 points for Brown. And his team leads by 3. So Phoebus has the 3-point shooter. This is Chappelle. No good. Owens with the board. And then a
big rebound.
foul.
Big rebound.
That'll be all for Jamie Chappelle. So Chappelle fouls out of the ball game, and he leaves with a game total of 22 points unofficially, and a good game by Chappelle, no question. Kelvin Foy comes back in.
Well, if you're Phoebus, Tim, you got to get the ball down court real quick. Get a shot off. You got 2 possessions, so you don't care for the 3-point or 2-point. Call timeout right away, stop the clock, and try to get a steal.
Milan Brown adds to his 23, now 24 points. Make that 25. Timeout called.
Kecoughtan called timeout.
12 seconds remaining, a 5-point Kecoughtan lead. As I said, please stay tuned as AG will be looking at a chance to talk to some of these players. I'm sure that Milan Brown would be a prime candidate to be interviewed. His coach, Jerry Gentry, has to be pleased. 17 points for Kevin Owens tonight.
Not Gentry, Reeves Conrad.
I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Gentry will not be pleased, but he will be pleased with the efforts of his team.
Oh, absolutely.
As they were trailing by 14 points, made a real game of it. In fact, they tied it up and went ahead in the 3rd quarter after trailing by as many as 14 at halftime. So Phoebus never said die, and they certainly did come back into this game.
And you notice that Kecoughtan is still in a 1-3-1 a full court trap, and the reason they're doing that, Tim, is they want to make Phoebus use as much time off the clock as they can to get the ball up the court.
And we have an out-of-bounds play. 8 seconds left, and the Phoebus player stepped on the out-of-bounds line. So Kecoughtan will get the ball with a 5-point lead. Milan Brown, who has been devastating to Phoebus at the free throw line, will get a chance again. Foul is on Harrelson, and Milan Brown will again go to the free throw line. He's hit 4 in a row, and he has hit 4 out of 5 for the night. He also has, to his credit, 3 three-pointers.
Kecoughtan's taking everybody off the foul line, Tim. If there's a missed shot, they don't want to even rebound. Let them have the ball.
And Milan Brown is shooting. There won't be any missed shots. 26 for Milan.
Now he throws in the end zone. He's got a man open, but he throws it out of bounds as Tony Hyman caught it.
Make that 27. 4 seconds to go. Harrelson's three-point attempt is no good, and the buzzer sounds to end the ball game. So Phoebus, who trailed by 14 at halftime, went ahead by a point in the third quarter, but then in the end couldn't stay with the Kecoughtan Warriors as they were able to pull out the 7-point victory, 68-61. Kecoughtan victorious, and they improved their record to 9-5, 11-8 overall. And Phoebus goes to 4-9 and 7-11 overall. AG will be momentarily talking with victorious coach Revis Conrad, and he'll also have Kevin Owens and Milan Brown, among others, to talk with.
The final on the rebounds, Tim, the fourth quarter, Phoebus had 11 and Kecoughtan had 10. But overall, Kecoughtan had 45 rebounds to 34 for the Phantoms, and we got AG right out there in front with a host of Warriors.
Let me tell you some of the scoring totals, AG, so we can make the Milan Brown to your left, or rather to your right, had 27 points, 17 for Owens and 10 for Travis Ward.
All right, first of all, Milan Brown, great game. Those foul shots at the end, ice water in your veins. Tell us about it.
I just had confidence in myself, and I think so did my team, because they gave me the ball in the pressure situation. I knew I had to make it.
Phoebus put on a little run early in the game. Did that bother the Warriors any?
It shook us up a little bit. I didn't think they had it in them to come back because we were dominating the glass. But they started hitting their shots, and they made it a good ball game.
All right, Travis Ward, great game. A lot of key rebounds there throughout the game.
Yeah, I think the whole game, that's what we relied on. Because we were so much bigger than they were. That's what carried us through.
This team seemed to be peaking now.
Yeah, we need to get everything together on offense and everything. And last game, Milan wasn't here. We had a tough game, but I think everything's coming around.
All right, Kevin, another great game for you. Big win. Your comments on the game?
Well, like I told you before in the last interview, we were trying to take the steps to first place, but now we're trying to get to third place because we slipped against Hampton, and
A couple stuff attempts tonight.
Yeah, that's true. I had pretty bad back spasms. And I tried not to show it on the court and play aggressive. So
this young man over here, did you miss him the other night?
Very much.
Okay, he makes a difference?
Yes, sir, because when he shoots his three-pointers, he opens up the inside for me and Travis.
All right, Coach Conrad, your thoughts on these young men's play tonight?
I thought they all did a real good job. I thought it was a good team effort. It was nice to have Milan back. I thought Travis had an extremely good first half. I thought Kevin played well. And we made some mistakes. Excuse me. We made some mistakes that we're going to try to correct. But overall, we did a good job. I was very pleased with the effort, and we hit the foul shots going down the end. I thought Coach Gentry's kids did a real good job getting themselves back in it. We kind of stood around there for a while and watched them play until they got back up, and then we started playing again.
When you have someone going to the foul line there at the end of the game, it's nice to have Milan out there.
Very nice, very nice. It's always nice to have anybody who can go to the line and hit the ice water shots.
Okay, great game. Great team effort. Thanks a lot.
All right, 3 of the stars, a good team effort by Kecoughtan tonight.
It definitely was, Tim. You look at the rebounds, and everybody contributed. Everybody contributed on from scoring. They got help from everybody. This is a big win for them. Anytime you can beat a good Phoebus team at Phoebus, and especially with the run that Gentry's kids made, you got to feel good coming away with a W.
All right, Phoebus on the wrong end of the score. Jerry Gentry's team performed well, but just couldn't pull it out in the end. They were led by Jamie Chappelle with 22 points, 17 for Markio King, and 7 points for Ivan Harrelson, 3 points for Rondell Pugh, 3 points for Andre Morgan, and 9 points for Kelvin Foy, as Phoebus falls to 4-9, 7-11 overall. Bob, final comments on the game?
Well, I was surprised that the game got out of hand for Phoebus that first half, because I know how good a team they are. I have seen them play this year, but they showed what kind of team they were. They came back that third quarter and just really put it to Kecoughtan, and in fact took the lead there. But Kecoughtan has got a superstar in this Milan Brown. That young man can not only hit the three-point shot, he can drive inside, but they'll put him on the foul line, Tim. If you do, he's going to make them. And that was the difference, that Kecoughtan made the foul shots when they had to that fourth quarter. Phoebus missed some inside shots that really hurt them, and of course then they had to foul. When you have to foul, it really hurts you, especially if you're fouling probably the leading scorer, but also probably the leading foul shooter in the district also, percentage-wise.
A lot of regular games left in the season. We encourage you fans to get out and support your high school teams. We'll be at Hampton Tuesday night for the game between Denby and Hampton. With the play of the teams as it is right now, Bethel's playing real well, Phoebus is playing well, Kecoughtan, Denby, Ferguson, Hampton. This is going to be one heck of a tournament coming up.
It's going to be a great tournament, Tim, but I also would like to tell the fans out there, we're going to be at Hampton with the Denby game on Tuesday, but Wednesday, I don't know what we're going to do yet, but Hampton plays Bethel. This is a makeup game from the first of the season because of the Hampton Championship football team. That is a very, very important game for both Bethel and Hampton, which will be played Wednesday. So now Hampton's got to play Denby and then Bethel in 2 nights. That's quite a slate that Walter Brower's got to take his team up against.
Okay, that's going to do it for us from Phoebus High School. The final score again, Kecoughtan victorious 68, Phoebus 61. For Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
And gets the first down at the 37, but let's wait and see what the penalty flag will be.
And I think it's against Robinson. I believe that there was movement on the line of scrimmage. If that's the case, they will bring that back, take a 5-yard penalty, and run the third down again.
From the expressions on the faces, or at least the body motions of 2 of the players, let's watch the replay. You see Knox going in motion. He'll be the receiver.
And I didn't see